What's going on, boys and girls? Hey, listen, today we're going to talk about a fragrance I'm pretty sure like 99% of the community hasn't heard of. It is, I believe, an amber-based unisex fragrance, and it costs a pretty penny. Strap up. We're going for that ride. All right, welcome to the Scent Bubble. I am your host for the afternoon. Courtesy of my boy Lamar Scents, thank you for sending this. We have Ajmal's Ambre Infini, and on the site it says, so the site is Ajmal, that's probably the brand, but the fragrance itself is listed as Oud Marquis Ambre Infini perfume. Fragrantica did not have this fragrance listed. I'm not sure how new it is, but I'm going to gather as much information as possible for you. Unisex fragrance. Says made in France, crafted in Dubai. Can I see when it was made? I cannot. Well, we know it's unisex amber fragrance, pretty penny. It's classified, as citrus spicy amber. And let's just dive straight into it. I don't know. I've heard the brand Ajmal, but this line seems very particular. So let's just dive in. 2 sprays on the arm, 2 on each side of the test strip. Hope you guys are doing well out here in these streets. My boy Lamar sent me this and told me this is gas. So we will follow suit and see if we agree. So right off the bat, I get a very kind of lime spiced amber. I liken this in terms of the opening to something like Equus from Lalique, but this is brighter, less controlled, more boombastic, but not monstrous. It's a medium projection. We're going to really see how this dries down, because since this cost a pretty penny, I want to see the quality and the transition. Pretty simple here. I smell vanilla, amber, lime, and a slight spicedness to the amber. Not holiday spice, more like spritz spice, almost effervescence. Very nice off skin, very dynamic, very versatile. It does have a bit of an intimacy setting to it, so I feel like it goes kind of afternoon, like after 4 p.m. You could wear this during the day for sure, but the test strip, it smells cleaner, so I'm getting rid of this. It really warms up on skin with the amber. And since there's vanilla, let's see if it dries down and maintains that spiced citrus, or if it goes more into a vanilla. But I get kind of an Equus level fragrance, which Equus is vetiver, amber, and grapefruit, if I'm not mistaken. The lime's replacing the grapefruit. There's probably vetiver in here. They don't always list that as a star note, especially if it's in trace amount. This does feel slight masculine leaning, but I could definitely see a woman pulling this off. I mean, technically on paper, when I smell this, it's perfectly unisex, but for what I think in my brain, it does have a masculine lean. Really like the smell of it. It is good. Let's switch screens here. I just want to show you guys what I have. It's not on Fragrantica. 100 ml unisex. The unisex scent opens up with a sparkling freshness of Italian bergamot elevated by a subtle spice of pink pepper. That's what I'm getting, the effervescence from pink pepper. It's got a nice spritz of that. As it settles, warm amber notes create a refined, balanced composition that's both inviting and memorable. Expertly made in France, crafted in Dubai. They didn't say anything about the vanilla. It's a statement piece for any fragrance collection. High concentration eau de parfum. Unisex. Yeah. Cool bottle. Oh, here we go. Base notes, Gaiac wood, amber, and vanilla. Egyptian geranium, tonka bean, elemi. There is a kind of resinous quality to the amber, but it's not smoky. It's not incensey. It's not old school at all. Just gives a kind of mineralic pop to the amber. This is a balanced fragrance. I really like this. Super versatile. It reminds me of Equus a lot, but this might be a little bit more, have a little more body. Now this fragrance is retailed at $250, discounted on site to $200. So that's a steep price for a fairly simple amber. This is not a complex fragrance. It's just a simple fragrance with a little bit more body than usual. It is quality, but it is quite simple, especially in the dry down. The opening feels very niche. The dry down feels designer. And yeah, I don't like how fast the drop off is. It transitions very quickly. Excuse me. I'm going to spray one more time. I would pack the sprays of this on. Yeah, you get so much more of that pink pepper bergamot right up front, and that's beautiful contrast to the vanilla. Love the bottle presentation. The dry down is very vanillic amber. You do get that kind of twanged citrus still there, but the texture kind of all falls off into the dry down for me. Yeah, we're going to sit with this one for half a second. I imagine the longevity on this is decent, but I think you're going to have to pack the sprays to at least get 6 hours plus. I think this will skin scent fairly quickly, at least after 3-4 hours. This should pretty much fall off into an ambered citrus with not as much spice and a little hint of vanilla for body. Yeah, I'm not mad at this at all. Let me switch screens and we'll kind of wrap up. This is a fairly simple fragrance, so I'm not going to get too crazy. Now, in my mind, for the $200 price point, I might want to upgrade to something like Incident Diplomatique or what's the other fragrance from Javoy? Incident Diplomatique, or I think that's the fragrance I'm thinking of, but it is a quality fragrance. I wouldn't be mad that I bought it because I would get a lot of utility out of this. It's just for once I start creeping north of the $150 price point, I'm typically going for complexity. Because for $150 or less, I can literally get any DNA on the market in great quality. That's just my rule of thumb. That might not be your rule of thumb. Seasons, 4 seasons, but spring, summer for me. Age, I really feel like anyone can wear this. There is a little bit of an elegance to it, but not so much that it cancels out age groups. I do think it's slightly masculine leaning, perfectly unisex though. Performance I think is 6 hours plus. I'm doing 10 plus sprays on it, no question. I might even not count and go up closer to 20 just to make sure that it goes. This is layerable with anything. An amber vanilla scent pretty much can emphasize anything. Vanilla, you could add smoke, you can make it woody, you can put more fruits, you can double down on the citrus, you could double down on the spices. As a score, I'm at a high 7, maybe an 8. I don't like the dry down. The opening is like a strong mid-level 8 for me. The dry down is really where I'm still enjoying it, but not as much. It kind of feels almost like I hate to say the name. You guys know what name I was about to say. Mr. CC, with the great opening, poor dry down. But yeah, I think if I'm being politically correct for most of you guys, this will be a solid 8, super versatile scent. We can call it an 8, but just know in my heart I want to call it a 7. But I don't use decimals, so for me it's much more than a base 7. But that's where I'm at with it. High 7, low 8. A lot of utility to this. It's a very beautiful scent. It's got a little bit of a luxury pop on it, but it's very linear and very simple. Yeah. Is there anything else I want to say? Yeah, the fragrance becomes half of what it is on the dry down, but I think that's where you use oils, lotions, and all that stuff. Real question here is, are you going to pay, for a DNA like this, Javoy, any Javoy fragrance you can comfortably discount around $130 to $110. And you just get 4 times the elevation. So for me, I wouldn't get this, but if I got it or I got it for a steal, I would wear it a lot because it's so versatile. I feel like the price point for this should be somewhere around Game of Spades level activity, so 60 to 100. But for the retail price and even the discounted price on the site, it just feels like it tries to convince you in the opening in the first 5 minutes that it's all that, and then it kind of just it's diminishing returns the longer you wear it, I feel. So for that reason, There's a lot of alternatives I would get to this. I mean, shoot, even for $20 on Equus, you can get really close to this without the vanilla. Yeah, so those are my alternatives. Equus or go up to Incident Diplomatique. I'm going to double check to make sure that's the right fragrance. Incident Diplomatique from Javoy. Let's see the notes on that. Or no, 21 Conduit Street, I think is what I'm going for. 21 Conduit Street, that's what I meant to say. 21 Conduit. Yeah, 21 Conduit Street from Javoy. Rhubarb, grapefruit, balsam, amaretto, woodsy notes, ambroxan, lavender. Again, kind of an aromatic, deep, rich, complex, citrus-based fragrance, mainly about rhubarb and grapefruit, dries down to a woody green base. It's sweetened from amaretto and ambroxan, similar to what the vanilla is doing. It's a little less creamy, more aromatic, but very close. Good scent. Not bad at all. This was Ajmal's Ambre Infini. Solid fragrance. Definitely appreciate Lamar for sending that out to me. I will wear it more, and if I have any updates to changes to it, I'll let you guys know. Like, comment, subscribe. More importantly, turn on that notification bell. Talk to me. I do talk back. Appreciate you guys. Let me know if you've tried this in the chat. Since it's not on Fragrantica, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. I'll have to ask Lamar like how he found this. I am familiar with Ajmal, but this particular line, it looks like there's a few lines inside of the Ajmal brand. So I'm not sure how he was exposed to this, but definitely nice to put stuff on the map for you guys to consider. Love you guys. Hope you have a blessed rest of your week. And until next time, love y'all, man. Peace.